Daily Go Get 'em isn't show. It's starting right now. I said the Daily Go Get 'em isn't show. It's starting right about now. It's the daily, the daily, the daily. It's the Daily Go Get 'em ism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it whiz? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off left lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. Talking about giving it a second chance tonight. How y'all feeling? I know one thing. I'm feeling like a real man should. I am your host, Sun752, and this is the Daily Go Get 'em ism show. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the rest of the world except for right here with y'all. So we're going to talk about something good tonight because it's Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. And tonight on the Daily Go Get 'em ism show, we are asking, does the second time around have a chance? Can it work? Can the second time around that you do something, a situation, a relationship, a job, any type of situation where you are trying all over again after having to stop, after being discouraged, after being disrespected, after being taken for granted. If you decide to put this thing back together, to put the band back together, can it survive? Can it work? Well, there are a lot of layers to this here story. There are a lot of layers to this story. On the surface, it might seem easy, cut and dry, but y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. We're gonna put some sauce on it. We're gonna rub the meat. You know, put that rub on it. We're gonna put the right seasoning on this thing. But I didn't mean to come here naked, y'all. I'm not dressed. Let me put my clothes on. Let me put my clothes on. I said a 1, 2. Put on my beads too. A 1, 2. Put my beads on. I said a 1, 2. Yeah, that's what I do. And I'm gonna put your beads upon you. Yeah, I put the beads right upon me. And then I put the beads on you. Cause that's how we did. Let's go. There you go. Looking good, my peoples. I hope that you mind. I hope you don't mind me putting the beads on you. You know, we get into our mode. Struggle beads. We rock the struggle beads, baby. It's on. So what's going on? Care Bear, thanks for coming on through there. And Mr. Jags, yo, I say dag, thanks for coming on by. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. And Stacy White, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's the Daily Go Get 'em ism show, late night. I told y'all last night that I would be back at 1 o'clock. I wasn't playing. We do this every night. We do it every weeknight. On the weekends, we do the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So we had the 1 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. But that's a whole nother story. Let's talk about what we came to talk about tonight. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. Does the second chance, or should I say, does the second time around have a chance? The second time around, I know what to do. Just as long as I'm with you. Second time around. Well, yeah. Does it work? Have you ever been in a relationship where it didn't work out the first time? Maybe you gave it your all, maybe you didn't. But maybe you saw the benefit in doing this thing all over again, or maybe you didn't. Sometimes the second time around doesn't involve 2 people being on the same page, or if there are more people than just the 2. So we gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into all that, son. We're gonna get into all of that. So yeah, the second time around, can it work? Can it work? Okay, we're gonna go with the low-hanging fruit right away. A relationship. Let's say, you and your girl, you and your man, depending on what gender you are, whatever. Let's say it was a situation where y'all had gotten close. And, y'all had a good thing going. But maybe as time went on, you started to see that you were either being taken advantage of, taken for granted, maybe even being disrespected. The scales weren't balanced as far as how you two liked each other, and it was clear. I mean, I'm not saying that things are always even, things are always balanced, but when it's on, it's on. But maybe a situation had arisen where, you know, both of y'all seemed to be getting what y'all wanted until you totally weren't getting what you wanted. And maybe you ignored it for a while, let it go, let it ride. What's going on? Dimples D's all up in the house. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. And Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it, Emily. Thanks for coming where you supposed to be. And Tito Ninus says Street Fighter character vibes. I'll take it. I'll take it. But anyway, yeah, in a situation, especially in a romantic situation, a loving situation where you really are enthralled with somebody, you're enamored with somebody, you are smitten with somebody, you are deep in love. Your nose is open like motherfucker. Say open like motherfucker. Your nose, you can smell everything. That's how wide open your nose is with the one that you love. But maybe they was treating you like chopped liver. They was treating you like Vienna sausages. I know some people like Vienna sausages, but man, fuck that. Fuck that. They was treating you like liverwurst. It takes a special kind of person to like liverwurst. That shit ain't easy. It's hard to get past the smell. But yeah. So maybe you decided like, well, I still like you, I still love you and all, but I can't do this. This situation can't be like that. Or maybe they cheated on you. Or maybe they just didn't treat you like you wanted to be treated or needed to be treated. Or maybe you saw them treating somebody else better than, or treating somebody else with the treatment that you should have been receiving from them. Maybe you gave them, within the time that y'all were together, maybe you gave them 1 chance, 2 chance, 3 chance, 4. You was even willing to go just 1 more. So 5 chances within the first chance at all. And you decided that it's time to let it go, y'all. Well, it happens. T-Ram, what's going on? And Mad Monk said, have I ever had a Reuben sandwich? A long time ago. A Reuben ain't bad. It's not a sandwich that I would eat on a regular basis, but it ain't bad. And T-Ram, this show tonight, first of all, this is the Daily Go Getimism show. I'm your host, Sun752. That's host Sun752, aka Omar with the rrr. And we are talking about, does the second time around, can it work? Can it work? Does it deserve a second chance? So right now we're talking about in a romantic situation where your man or your woman may have disrespected you, taking you for granted, taking advantage of you, did something to whereas y'all had to break up or whatever. See, the thing is, even if you really still love a person, even if you really still admire a person, you're never going to really be able to forget that they did you dirty. And you know how they say that people will forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. People will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. That's why people from long ago that you hadn't even thought about in years, sometimes even decades, sometimes when you see them again, they'll come and remind you about the impact that you had on their life. Like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you. Like, somebody from your distant past. I'm talking about 10, 20 years ago. And they come and they say, yo, man, I'll never forget when you came through and you did this. Or I'll never forget when I heard you talking about this, that, and the third. That shit changed my life. I was never the same after that. Like, that really got me out of a dark place. And you're like, damn, I didn't even know. Sometimes it's not the person that you're talking to that receives the message. Sometimes it's the person ear hustling. Sometimes it's the person standing on the bus stop that you didn't know was listening. Sometimes it's the person in the next room. Sometimes it's the people above you that heard you talking through the vents. You never know. You never know the impact that you had on a person or that you have on a person until they come around and they tell you. And they're not lying because you may have remembered saying what you said, good or bad. But when it's good, it makes you feel great. But when it's bad, it's like, damn, I was getting high at the time. I was going through a whole lot. My mom was sick. My gerbil had just passed. I ain't mean nothing by it. But hey, it goes how it goes. It goes how it goes. So in a situation where somebody has done you wrong, done you dirty, or just didn't respond in the way that you needed them to respond when it was time, when it was relevant, when it was real, when it was that moment. If you give it a second chance. Now, I understand that a lot of people don't believe in second chances. A lot of people don't believe in putting the band back together. A lot of people don't, a lot of people say, listen, we got to get it right the first time because there won't be a second time. Once you my ex for real. And that means ex, that could mean ex-lover, ex-roommate, ex-family member, ex-friend, ex-caliber, exalted, excel. Anyway, the thing is, the energy that you may have put into a situation the first time, that energy, that initial energy, it's hard to catch that lightning in a bottle again, man. It is. Even when you want it to be as good, it's hard to catch that original energy because that original energy was authentic. It was real. It was unscripted. You were on autopilot. You was flying without a net. The way you felt was really real. And when somebody takes advantage of that, when somebody takes that for granted, when somebody mushes that in your face, when somebody shits on you, it's hard. It's hard not to remember that. They say forgive and forget. It may not even be a situation where forgiving is an issue because they may not have done anything directly to you, but you remember that energy and you also remember the energy that you used to give. So this can affect both sides. This can affect you and it can affect them. But here y'all decided to put this thing back together, and you may not have really been wanting to put it back together. They may have encouraged you, listen, I really, really miss you, and I really, really feel for you. And you might still have love for them, but you may not be able to recall that original energy that you had. Now, here's where the real problem is going to come in, because you can't recall that original energy. You're different now. You've grown now. You've moved on, even though you're still here now. And that person is looking for the you that they had before, the you that they could play, the you that they could take advantage of, the you that they could take for granted, the you that they could leave waiting, the you that they could stand up, the you that used to wait for them, wait on them, check up on them, follow behind them. They're looking for that person. But when that person was right there, they treated this shit like liverwurst, baby. They treated that shit like pickle and pimento loaf. They treated that shit like fruitcake, like Christmas fruitcake. Only a few people like fruitcake. Everybody can, I mean. So that's what we're talking about, man. What y'all talking about? How y'all feeling? Make sure y'all hit the like button. As y'all come on through, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host on 752. We talking about, can the second time around work? can it work? All right. What's going on, RJ Radula? Thanks for coming through. And Mo Lester says, Mo Lester, what's good? Says, you remind me of one of my teachers. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. I can go with that. And Raymond Rodriguez says that's why it's different, because if they come back into your life, you're a completely different person. Exactly. But here's the thing, Raymond. You may feel guilty about not being able to recall that situation. I'm sorry. You may feel guilty yourself about not being able to recall that energy that you gave before, because you might want to. You know, your sense of justice might kick in. You might be saying to yourself, well, I did agree to do this thing again, so I shouldn't have agreed to do it if I wasn't all in. If I wasn't all in, I shouldn't agree to do it again. If I wasn't all in, I shouldn't agree to do it again. Yo, I shouldn't have did it with you, my friend. I said, if I wasn't all in, I shouldn't agree to do it again. I shouldn't do it, my friend. I said, if I wasn't all in, I shouldn't agree to do it again. I shouldn't have done it, my friend. Maybe I should have left it to the side, just like a car with a bad tire. I expired last month, just like some bad milk, and now I'm not wearing the cotton, not wearing the silk. I'm not of the ilk of the person I used to be. I'm not coming around no more. See, yo, when you had me, you had it good, but you didn't understand, and it wasn't understood that you can't get it the second time around, and I'm really trying to do it again, but you a clown in my eyes, and I don't really want to see it, but I can't change the shit around. I can't be it. Not the same person that I was before. I might be the same person with another one, but you know more. And the score's uneven, like the Sixers lost tonight against the Knicks. That made me sick. At least I didn't bet on the game and still kept my name. Everything is good. I'm going to keep my fame. Everything is going to be all right when we get the thing settled down. But for round can't mess. Okay. Anyway, Mikey Man. Yeah, Mike, you got your struggle beads on, baby. You know what I'm saying? You got your beads on, man. I mean, I would not front on you. I would not front on you. I put on mine when I came to the show originally. I was naked. Look, I got no clothes on. And then I put on the one. Oh, I put on this one first. I put on the one, and then I put on the two, and then I put these struggle beads up on you. Yeah, baby. Yeah. It's all good. All right. Keela Delancey says, or should I say Delance says, blessings to you. Stacy White, she says, I'm going to get me some Vienna sausage. Just calm down. Don't do that. No. T-Man says, I'm going through this problem right now. Really? Well, I mean, let's talk, man. Let's talk. Okay. Keela DeLand says, Libra. You a Libra? That's what's up. Kim's Wim. Kimmy. Thanks for coming through. Indianapolis in the house. She says, I'm definitely not the person to ride the merry-go-round with a second time. If you fucked up, a wise man would know to trust the situation. Although I'm a repeat offender. I hear that. And I'm Slippy Kid. Says, spit. Okay. Dimples D says you can forgive, but you will never forget. But forgiveness will set you free to move on. Oh, okay. All right. We getting biblical up here. You quote scripture. You getting scripturous? Is that a word? Yo, you getting scripturous with me? You getting scriptures with me, Dimples? You want a piece of me? You want to go? You know, white boys in the romantic comedy. You want to go? All right, let's go. All right, Mr. Jag says, if it's for my family, I will give it any chance. That's what's up. And Omer, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. Lance Morgan says, who dressed you? Yo, I'm getting better, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a rebuttal ready, like, bow. Dog, Lance, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, son. Yo, Trey, LOL, that's fire. That's what's up, man. Big B says, free Israel. That's what's up. And Raymond Rodriguez says, for me, it was with my pops. My pops and I, but he did a lot of work personally, and so did I. Therapy, religion, spirituality. That's what's up. Spiritually, okay. Separately, and we came back, and it's definitely way different but better. If there's one thing I applaud, one thing I love, is first of all, any man that has a relationship with his father. I miss my dad on a daily basis. I wish he was here so I could tell him I love him one more time. But family getting back together is something that makes my heart pump the good red juice. So cowbell for you. Cowbell for that situation. I love to see men, making good, doing good by their families. I love that shit. I really do. Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Thanks for coming on through, man. All right. T Ram says, I'm trying to make it right. And like I spent last 7 years in the military away and had problems that made me crash and burn, prison, rehab, and I'm fixing myself. Damn. Y'all talking tonight. Only thing I like more than a man getting back with his family is somebody who has been through the substance abuse struggle, getting their life back together. I love to see people getting their life back together. Nothing is better than that. Nothing. Because, a lot of people can't really understand what it means to really get your shit together and to really be trying, even if you fall down, relapse, backslide, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the fact that you even, went there, tried, and are pressing on is commendable. So don't stop that. Don't stop that. Never be discouraged from, one thing my dad always told me, he said, Omar, never apologize for perfection. Never apologize for perfection. So the more you try to get it right, the more you try to perfect something, be proud of yourself. Don't listen to nobody tease you, call you a nerd, a square, nothing like that. Never apologize for perfection. You keep trying to make your life better and those around you better. You keep trying. Never get discouraged. Never let anybody take you off your square doing that. I'm proud of you. He said prison, rehab. Oh man, I like that. Big B's says, I came back from the army and my wife's throat was oh shit. Whoa. Oh. Mr. Jack says, have you ever been into a street fight? Of course. Shit. I've been in street fights that went into the house. I've been in house fights that went into the street. Yes. All right. All right. Migrant Man says, Migrant Man side hustles, China #1. Hey, thanks for coming back again. Appreciate that. What's going on? All right. Lance Morgan says, I was just trolling earlier, but yes, family is important. Much respect to the show. Appreciate that. Oh man says, okay. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Okay. D-Boy says, Ving Rames, what's up? I'll take it. I just want to make Baby Boy Part 2. Michael Man says, my mom put me in a shipping container. Okay. Glad you got out of it. All right. Okay. Migrant Man, oh shit. All right, Migrant Man, you're out. let me fix you. You're getting a see, I wouldn't I didn't want to do it, but I've warned you before. You know what I mean? And you can come back later. But you gotta get the fuck out of here. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. I don't want nobody fucking up the flow of the chat. Yo, thanks for coming through the Daily Go Getimism show. We are talking about, can the second time around work? So we're talking about giving something a second chance. I don't know about y'all, but I've known people who have been married to the same person twice. Like they actually got married once, didn't work out, got divorced all the way. I'm talking about divorce, court proceedings, the whole affidavit, everything. Got back together later on, married each other again. Fuck out of here. It was my grandmother from heaven. All right. So, but yeah, I've known people who got married to the same person twice. Now imagine what it takes to keep that situation afloat. All right, hold on a second, y'all. Hey, what's going on? All right, what's going on? Hurry up. All right, let me call you back. All right. That was my grandfather from hell. All right, so okay. T Ram says, I don't want to throw away all the love and affection my wife gave me when she was waiting for me, and we are working it out. But I made a bad mistake and threw away her trust. You can assume what I did. The trust part. When somebody violates your trust, or when you violate somebody else's trust, that makes a second time around extremely hard. Because there's so many different ways to lose somebody's trust. We often think about losing somebody's trust when they have committed an act of infidelity, like they cheated on us or something like that. But there are other ways. There are many other ways to violate somebody's trust. Like if you when you really think about it, think about some of the ways that you have trusted somebody. You may have trusted somebody with your money. You may have trusted somebody with your girl, your wife, your spouse. You may have trusted somebody with your kids. You may have trusted somebody with your crib, your house. You left them in your house. Something may have come up missing. Maybe they brought somebody over that wasn't good for your house. Shit like that. Like there are a lot of ways for your trust to be violated. When just your trust, your trust can feel like it was violated just because somebody moves in ways that you don't respect. If you don't have faith in somebody's judgment, that's a trust issue. Like, I don't know if I should hang around you because the people that you choose to have in your clique, or that you choose to cohort with, that you choose to hang around with, they're not safe. They're not safe people. They're unscrupulous. And therefore, you're unscrupulous. And I can't trust you. I can't trust that I'm going to be safe when I'm around you because you hang around them and they're not safe. There are a lot of ways to violate somebody's trust. So, taking your situation into consideration, yeah, whatever you did to lose the trust of your wife, that second time around, that second chance, if y'all go through it, is crucial. But the trust has to be built up. And trust is one of the easiest things to lose, but one of the hardest things to recover. It's hard as hell to get somebody's trust back. Especially when you start to understand the deeper meanings and the inner workings of what trust is and how it works. See, when you're a kid and you think trust is just believing somebody, then trust is a lot easier. Oh, I know you lied before, but I know you telling the truth now because your mom even said that you was telling the truth. See, it's easy when you a kid because the stakes are lower. As you learn, as you grow, as you start to get more knowledge, wisdom, and experience, the way that trust works inside of you starts to work a lot differently, and it starts to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. So, and trust starts to mean way more to you. It starts to mean way more to you than it did when you were younger, than it did when you were a kid. So listen, man, I wish you all the best, but I'm going to say work on your trust with your wife. It can take a long time. It can take a long time, but most women are going to say action speaks louder than words. In this case, it's going to actually be true, because you're going to have your actions reinforce your words time and time again. It's going to take a while for you to walk off that pain that she may have felt. Walk off that distrust of you that she felt. Walk off that maybe even, her washing her hands of you. Like, I'm all right, I'm good. It's going to take a while to walk that off. So it's almost like building yourself up to have value again. And here's the thing. You may be confused at times about whether it's worth it or not, because you may find yourself in situations where you don't feel like paying no more. Maybe you felt like you've paid enough. Paid not in money, but paid in your time, in your effort, and your stress level, and your sorrow, and your guilt, and your explanations. You may feel like so you just gonna keep beating me down for this? You just gonna make me pay forever? I mean, are we ever gonna be okay? It might be 5-10 years later. I don't know how long. But you're gonna not only have to be patient with her, you're gonna have to be patient with yourself and really decide if that second chance or if that second time around is really worth it to you. Because honestly, my brother, you have a right to choose. People will tell you, in a minute, oh, well, if you fucked up, then you just gotta eat whatever the person who you fucked up is dishing out. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to put up with that. You can make the decision to move the fuck on. Or you can buck up and be like, listen, I know I fucked up before, but I've done everything in my power to fix it. Now, I'm not paying for it no more. Now I feel like you're using it as a crutch. I feel like you're using it as a way just to make me feel bad about everything, or make me feel guilty anytime that you want to get something from me or make me do something for you. You're using it as a form of control. So this second time around thing is deep, son. It's deep. But give yourself a chance. And if you decide that you don't want to pay anymore, or you don't want to hurt anymore, It's on you. God damn. Okay. Let me get him out of there. Let me see. All right. Transsexual Jesus. What the fuck? What's going on? Thanks for coming through. And Joanna Sanchez. Zach, you too. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, we had the yeah, we had to fix that. Okay, I'm Slippy Kid. Says good shit, spreading love. Keep up the battle. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, man. I'm listen, y'all. For y'all, for anybody who's offended by the N word, or should I say the word nigga? I mean, I apologize. Y'all will hear me use the word, when talking about my brethren and sometimes sisterin, but I use it with the A, not the ER. That's a whole nother level. Some of y'all may understand that, some of y'all may not, but I do not allow that in this sphere. Now, I have no bans or limitations on on freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, but what I don't want and what I will not allow on this platform is people disrespecting others or people not allowing other people to express themselves. This is an interactive show. I don't want to just flap my gums. So that's why I read y'all comments. I care about what y'all have to say. I want to hear your perspective. That's how we learn. That's how I want to enter as many ideas as possible so we can figure out this crazy thing called life that we have to live every day. So I want your experience to be a good one. So I apologize for certain people who troll, come through and act a fool. They don't know no better though. They need attention. You know what I mean? They didn't get the hugs that they need. You know how it go. You know how it go when you ain't got a good hug in a while. Ain't nobody rub your back. If you a woman, ain't nobody palm your ass in a while. Get your juices flowing. If you a man, make things a little stiff. Make it a little harder for you. So, Mikey Man says, where the mods at? Yeah, where was the mods at? Come on, mods. Cranex Dragon. I don't know what's up with the L. Okay. Let's do him too. Damn. Y'all motherfuckers pain in the ass. All right, get him out of here. Stacy White says, it all depends on who it is. Hold on, let me go through all of these shits and make sure that I cleared out the split space of these motherfuckers, because this. All right, it looks good here. It looks good. Now I'm not going to be able to read all of y'all comments, but I appreciate y'all commenting nonetheless. Mikey Man said this is the best show on YouTube. Damn, man, you be hyping me up and shit. Appreciate that shit. I appreciate that shit. Yes, I do. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on by, y'all. Y'all look fly to me. Even though I can't see your faces, y'all came through these spaces. And you could have been in other places, but you came here with me tonight, and I'm feeling real good. I hope you're feeling all right. We going to take it to the next level, and everything is going to be all right when you were sad, son. 752 is the name. Y'all know how we good. Glad you came. That's what's up, man. Appreciate it. All right. You said Zach never been hugged? Probably not. Hold on. T-Ram, can I? Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry that I'm sorry. We get good trolls, we get bad trolls. He was bad. Olga Beck, Emma Starve, thanks for coming through. Emily says everybody wants 5 minutes of 5 minutes or so of being in the spotlight. That they try here, that they on here trying Omar. Wait a minute. Light with the Like with dumb repeat comments. Yeah. Um. Damn, he was really going for what the fuck? They was going hard. All right. Okay. All right. It seems as though there's so many comments and bad comments that had to go out that shit. I feel like we gotta give this show a second chance. Let's give it a second chance. All right, that was a light rewind. That was a light rewind. So let's take it from the top. The second chance, second time around. Can it work? Have you been there? Dimples D says, number one for sure. Keep it real. Keep it real, my brother. Keep the movement going. Keep it always. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too. Matter of fact, I appreciate you back. And Nikki Thomas says, preach, pastor. He says, speaking in tongues. All right. Living Dead says, you worship the devil? Nah. My name is Jacinto Pinto. I'm from Brazil. Como estás? Como estás? Mi hombre de Brazil. All right. And okay. So Mr. Jag says, can I copy your look and style? Well, shit, how am I going to know? My dad always told me, questions that don't get asked don't have to be answered. But I'm gonna be coming through soon, y'all, with some merch. See, I mean, if y'all want to purchase some merch, it's coming through soon, real soon. All right. All right, T-Ram says, can you scroll up one more time to read what I wrote? It's my last comment so others can get a spotlight. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me go to you. Let me see if I can find your comment. Okay. It says, like eat it all the time. I'm providing literally everything. It is a crutch that's hitting, but I don't know how to get past it. All right, did you say something before that? Okay, wait. I appreciate it, man. So far, so good. It's just that I have to constantly be pressed about being reminded when she said it was in the past. But it keeps getting redug in every situation that doesn't make sense. You know what? Let me tell you something, T-Ram. It's not going to make sense to you. You know why? Because you was born with a set of balls. And see, and I'm not dissing women, but men, we process information differently than women do. We normally process, and I have to say normally because every man is not the same, but we normally process information more logically. So our thing is more mathematical. Well, if you take this and this, then you'll get this. But women think more emotionally. So the equations don't go. It's like if you take this and this, it doesn't matter what you get because you should have put this and this. They think more like that. So, yeah, she might try to drag it out. And she may genuinely not be over it. The thing is, you can't make her be over it. But that's why I say that eventually you may have to take the reins and decide about how much you're willing to pay. Because you may have felt like you've paid enough. I mean, honestly. Because you can't go back and fix it. And one more thing. Because I would be remiss if I didn't say this. Ask your wife, and hopefully you're open to it, about counseling. Because it can help. And you might find that counseling may bring up some other things that didn't even have anything to do with your incident. Sometimes people have triggers, and so something that you may have done or said may have affected them in another way that they don't even want to tell you about. It may have drug up or dug something deep into her past psyche that she doesn't want to talk about, so she just keeps talking about that thing because she knows that you will respond to the thing that you did, but it might have triggered something in her that you didn't do, but that somebody else did. And that might and that thing might be unresolved. It's a lot to it, dog. It's a lot to it. So this second time around thing, it ain't as sweet as you think it is. Where my sports fans at? Where are you? What up, Nikki Thomas? He says, you need to get laid, bro. Man, you don't know. Living Dead says, bro, you got fished by a Spanish girl for a Brazilian one. I still got to go to work tomorrow. Infinite discernment. What's going on? What's going on? Good to see me some you. Thanks for coming on through. And Ruxa Reed says, like, done sub. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for subbing. I appreciate that. I do. The Sage Bear says, Brazilians do not speak Spanish. But Portuguese is very similar to Spanish. So he knows what I said. Portuguese is very, very close to Spanish. It's a different dialect, but it's essentially still Spanish. Like, he knows como estás. Trust me. I mean, you got to trust me on that one. They have different uses of ser. I get it. But, you know, don't worry. I'm not going to hold a whole Spanish conversation with them. I ain't built like that. So Living Dead says, como estás in Spanish. Yeah, they say it in Brazil too. They say it in yeah, I mean, you can Google it. Go ahead. Okay. Y'all be saying anything. Y'all be saying anything. All right. So, where my sports fans at? Any low life Dallas Cowboys fans here? I'm a Philadelphia Eagle. I don't fuck with the Cowboys, but you know, in sports, sometimes a player will be traded or released from a team, go play for another team, and sometimes get re-signed by that same team. It's the second time around. How does the second time around play out? How does the second time around play out with that player? The Cowboys traded Ezekiel Elliott last year. He went and played for the New England Patriots. He didn't have such a bad year, but he definitely didn't have the same kind of year that he had when he was with Dallas. But of course, when he was with Dallas in 2018 and 19, you know, when he was running wild all over everybody, he had a hell of an offensive line. He was young. He was brash. We talking about the half shirt. I'm showing the abs, Zeke. Well, Zeke is back on the Cowboys now. And he's, you know, they're probably going to have a running back by committee situation going on there. But here's the thing. When an organization doesn't value your skill set after you have physically given them your body, your time, your effort, because you know when you're signed to a sports contract, you don't just play your games and come to practices and go home. Mm-mm. There are endorsements. There are charity work. There charity work that you have to do. You conduct yourself in an honorable way. Like when you sign these contracts, you can't be a part of any racist or divisive organizations or anything like that. All of that stuff will violate your contract. So, as you give your blood, sweat, and tears to this organization, this football team, this basketball team, or whatever, in the case with Zeke, and when you've given them all, and it's taken a physical toll on your body, and they've essentially told you that we need to get younger. We don't need you no more. We don't think that you're fast enough, good enough. So we're going to go ahead and trade you for somebody else. And that's what happened. Now, a year later, they sign him back. How do you think Zeke is going to feel about going back to the Cowboys? How should he feel? How should he feel? Like, will he be willing to give the same kind of effort, the blood and sweat and tears? Will he be willing to sacrifice his body, his older body now, the same way that he did when he was younger? Would he? Would you? Would you go the second time around with somebody who basically told you that you weren't good enough and then sign you back for less money? Like, here, you're still not good enough. And you're definitely not worth as much anymore. So here, you take these couple of dollars or whatever, but we want you to play like we are Super Bowl contenders. What do you think? What do you think? And even the team, they may be looking at it like, all right, we're giving this guy a second chance. What are their expectations of him? What is their energy like? Because, this works two ways. There's still two parties involved here. M says, this looks like the guy that would come to your party in college and steal your cologne. Nah, when I was in college, I would steal your liquor. Your beer and shit. But only if it was good beer. None of that Milwaukee's Best and fucking Bud Light, none of that bullshit. I'm not stealing that. The good shit. Top shelf liquor. You know what I mean? The Pie Land, we'll go to a frat party. Pie Land Defy. Yeah. Steal they shit. White boys had a couple of dollars. They had enough money for the good shit. You know what I mean? They were like the date rapists. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, man. White says, hi, what is your favorite planet? Pluto. I like Pluto. Mars is good too, though. So somewhere like Mars or Pluto, but I like Pluto. And I like Pluto because they tried to they kicked Pluto out. They kicked him out the whip. T-Ram says, yeah, we became long distance, so it's a lot harder right now, but it's working slowly but surely. Just gotta eat a lot of bullets. But man, I mean, if you are a believer, like I said, give it your all. Give it your all. Good night, Mo Lester. Thanks for coming through. All right, a cat named Scamper says, problem with counseling is that there is money involved, and the perspective of the therapist is annoying because they never they never went through whatever the issue is. However, an open mind may suffice. Well, you know what? Those are legitimate concerns that you have. And I know what it's like to be frustrated by a therapist that seems to be taking one side over the other or whatever. But that's why you can't expect to go to therapy once or twice and get better. It takes time, man. It takes time. It can take months. But if you go for months, you will start to understand the purpose of it. Like, but a lot of people go to therapy and they think that they can fix whatever problem is going on with about 3 or 4 sessions. I wouldn't be surprised if they were trained to make you mad just to kind of walk you through the process. But, you know, I've had decent therapists, though. I haven't had the real judgmental, like, you fuck, you know. I mean, they not life coaches. They therapists. All right. Good night to you, T-Ram. Thanks for coming through, man. Mr. Jack says, where can I buy those beads, man? I mean, listen, man, hit me up. Hit me up on my email. Email me. SUN752, Sun752 at AOL.com. Yeah, I have an AOL email address. So what? So what? It still works. SUN752 at AOL.com. All right. Them says, when did you get off probation? Man, y'all lucky. You are so lucky. I'm being so nice tonight. I mean, it's like the gods are like, You ain't got to do that. Tonight we building bridges. No burning bridges. Tonight we building bridges. No burning bridges. Tonight we burning bridges. I'm sorry. Tonight we burning Tonight we building bridges. No burning bridges. Tonight we burning. I can't even. No. Tonight we're building bridges. No burning bridges. Tonight we're building bridges. No burning bridges. Tonight we're building bridges. No burning bridges. I'ma keep my cool because I know that I'm better. I could have heat you, torch you up like a sweater in the July heat, but I don't have to repeat the bullshit that you're kicking. I understand you're sticking around so you could get 5 minutes of fame, and I'm still happy and glad that you really came through. So this is what I'm going to do. I control myself. I have to do that shit for my emotional health. And I suggest that you try the same. Still glad you came through. Yeah, I'm glad that you came. Pause. No, I ain't got to pause for nothing. Came through a little something and we did a little something. All right. Stacey White says, I agree for a second chance, but we definitely have to go to counseling whether we married or not. Wow. Rep Vegas says, do you like Tupac? He wasn't one of my favorites. I cannot tell a lie. He had some songs I like, but he was a New York rapper. Tupac was born in Harlem, New York. Tupac was raised in Harlem, New York. And he died repping California like he was from LA. When he came out with that song, California Love, and I'm thinking like, so y'all just gonna let him get away with that shit? See, you gotta understand, I grew up in the Bridges Over era. When KRS-One came out with South Bronx, you know, had the Bronx going at Queens. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Biddy baba. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Hey, hey. I come from that. So you rep where you were from. I can't respect Tupac. I mean, you know, he was an icon and, you know, everybody loved him. Well, not everybody, but, you know, a lot of people loved him. But he was very irresponsible. And so he was all right. One of my favorites? No. Is he in my top 5? No, not even close. He ain't in my top 10. But it is what it is. DC Long, what's going on? He says, his mom used to go to the bar I bounced in North Carolina. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? I don't know, man. I just can't. I'm like, you know how lucky he was? Like, nobody exposed him when he came out with California Love. Like, when you think about the groups that were out at that time, I would have thought somebody from the Wu. I would have thought definitely Ghost or Raekwon would have exposed. Like, you ain't from California. What is you doing? What is this shit? He wasn't even living it. Man, what state did Tupac go to jail in? What state? Was it on the East Coast or the West Coast? I'll give you a hint. He got locked up at home. He was born in Harlem and he got locked up in New York. You know why? Because he lived in New York. When he got shot 5 times, where did he get shot 5 times at? In New York. You know why? Because he lived in New York. You know why? Because he's from New York. I just can't believe that nobody said that shit. Nobody in the West Coast, they embraced him like, yeah, this is our son. I'm like, you didn't even know you had a son. All right, anyway. All right, Mikey, man, thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you. Okay. Stacy White says, I had a bad day today. I had to finish cleaning my apartment for an inspection tomorrow. Okay. Well, I hope that you got an inspection ready. I know all about housing inspections. I really do. It is a pain in the ass. But I suggest you maintain, keep cool. What you don't want to do is piss an inspector off, because then they start doing their job. Be friendly with them and things work out a lot better. A little diplomacy and some good conversational skills will take you a long way. All right. Yeah. We about to get on up out of here, man, but knowledge, strength. Okay. Issa says silly slave. Oh, man. All right. Let me I said I wasn't gonna say nothing. Okay. T Ram says Pluto is not a planet. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. White says hi. Okay, wait. All right, man. Let's get ready to wrap this thing up. But yeah, man. The second time around, like whether you're talking about a relationship, a friendship, a job. I don't know if any of you have ever worked at a job twice. Like maybe you worked at a job, got another job offer, asked your current job to match the offer. Maybe they didn't want to do it. Maybe you still really didn't want to leave the job, but maybe the offer that you got was a good opportunity and they gave you an offer that was just so much more lucrative than where you were at the time that you took it. So, all right, so you took the job. Cool. Your job may have had the power and the resources to match the job offer, but they said no. Just like with the Cowboys and Zeke Elliott. Okay. So they let you go. Maybe after a while, things didn't work out with the job that you left, the job that you left your current job for, or maybe they did work out. But for whatever reason, you came back to the old job. Maybe they called you back. Let's say they called you back. Yeah, let's have fun with it. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it, in an accomplishment mode. Let's say they did call you back. Would you be willing to give the same effort as you gave before they allowed you to walk out that door for not giving you the money that they could have easily paid you or benefits or whatever. Like, how you want to treat that job now? Because now you're feeling like they don't really give a fuck about me. They care about themselves. And of course, they're businessmen. So of course they're gonna keep everything business first. But even things that are business can feel personal at times. So when you go back to that job, how are you gonna feel about it? Are you going to give the same effort as you gave before? Because you might have been available at all hours, on call, working on salary, a variety, and a myriad of other things that you may have been willing to do in order to make sure that that business was thriving. Are you going to do it again, or would you decide second time around? I think I'm gonna give the bare minimum. Yeah, so I'm not going to be available on weekends. As a matter of fact, when I walk out the door, don't call me. Don't call me. No more on call. That was for the first time around, not the second time around. Yeah, y'all going to miss that part. But nah, me not doing it. Dimple says. All manifestations of wealth are the result of thought and vision to second chances and move on. Okay. Rep Vegas says, hey man, listen, who do we vote for, man? I don't know. Who you want to vote for? You talking about the presidential election? Who you think is best? Who you think is best? There's no way I'm voting for Donald Trump. There's absolutely no way that's going to happen. No. Let's do these birthday shout-outs. We have some birthday shout-outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious May 2nd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. Deborah and McIntyre LeBron. No relation. But what up, cuz? Turning 62 years old today. And also Amber Sipple turning 43 years old today. And Erica Bowman, happy birthday to you. And my girl Yvette Moore. Go get her, Yvette Moore. And she's raising money for Dementia Society Incorporated. Good stuff. And my big sis Laura Ames turning 59 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my girl Nicole Blount. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious May 2nd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen. Yo, second time around, I don't know. If they don't have Jody Watley and Howard Hewitt in it, I don't know if it's worth it. No, honestly, seriously, I don't know if you'll be able to put the same type of energy into the second time around as you did for the first time. But you may have to evaluate whether the first time was even worth the first time. And if you can find that the first time was really worth the effort that you put into it, you'll probably be able to find enough effort to put into the second time. One thing is for sure, we didn't really cover this, but I would like to say to y'all that it is really hard to get back to what you were before. A lot of couples break up, a lot of situations break up, and they want to get back together and they want to restore things to the to pre-existing condition. Well, you can't. You can't restore yourself to pre-existing conditions after you've learned more, after you've done more, after you've experienced more, and after you're wiser, smarter, more knowledge, more aware. After you know how something works, you can't treat it the same way you did when you didn't understand how it worked at all. Can't do it. And you know what else we didn't talk about? We talked about Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys and other sports icons or athletes who may join a sports team that they previously worked for, like LeBron. Was LeBron the same LeBron when he went back to Cleveland after he left Cleveland and went to Miami? Came back. Well, he couldn't win a championship in Cleveland before. He won one when he came back, though. It's the only one that got. Was his energy the same? Maybe he was even better. Maybe. Well, if his experience was better, if his energy was better, then maybe ours can be better in the second time around also. But the trust is going to have to be there. The love is going to have to be there. And the effort is going to have to be willing. You know how, sorry, you know how some bands, some musical bands break up, they go solo, and later on they come back. Well, if any of y'all are New Edition fans, you know that when New Edition broke up, when they all went and did their solo projects, and then they tried to come back together back in 1996, you know that was hard for them. It wasn't the same. They had all been successful in their own endeavors. So each one of them felt like they was the man. And maybe certain band members that were the men before, like Ralph, wasn't the man before. BBD was more successful. Everybody was more successful than Ralph when you really think about it. And it's funny because in the original New Edition, he was the most successful and the most recognized in the group. So New Edition is a good example because they keep coming back together. They have never officially broken up for good. So I know a few years ago, they had a house gig. They were the house act in Vegas. Worth the energy? I think so. Have you ever seen a jit eat a horse head? Nope, not at all. Let me get out of here, man. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Getimism show, 1 a.m. I hope to see y'all here. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Mucho, mucho, mucho. Please hit the like button. Please share the show. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We are out of here. I'ma holler back. Peace, y'all. Mr. Jags, Morty Smith. Peace. Oh, it's 2:14 Eastern Standard Time now. Out of here.